Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. It's here we go again. What day is it? It's Thursday, and it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to come on first thing because I want to just zoom in on Lottie as well, but I can't do two things at once. That's clear. No talking and zooming at the same time. I wanted to come on early because I've got a couple of granddaughters who are coming to stay with me for a few days. So I won't have any time, and I thought, well, if I come on this morning, that's the best solution before they arrive. So that's what we're doing. Now, before I start, I just want to say, in case you don't know me, my name is Suzanne. I always forget to say that, but there are people who don't know that I'm Suzanne. So that's me, and this is Lottie who you're looking at. The other thing I wanted to say is that I promise this isn't going to be a long video, number one. And number two, if you're back here watching this, I just want to say how grateful I am, because that last video was just a disaster of darkness. It was just terrible, and I had no idea because the room wasn't dark, but there obviously wasn't enough light for the camera, and I just didn't even know till it was all uploaded, and then I had published it, and then after, I don't know, a day or two, I looked at it and thought, oh, good heavens, this is shocking. Anyway, so anyone who sat through that and then has come back, I am very grateful to you for doing that, because it was honestly bad. All me saying about, I like things to look nice and neat around the doll and blah, 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 and then I'm producing this almost black video, so I'm really sorry. We're back in the kitchen today where I can always guarantee the lighting. It's a beautiful day. It's so cool. It's just beautiful. The sky is grey, which a lot of you wouldn't like to hear, but when most days are bright blue here, it's such a change to have a grey sky and cool breezes blowing. It's wonderful. So it's a lovely day. I've got all sorts of things planned with my granddaughters, depending on what mood they're in. When I asked them yesterday what they thought they might like to do, they said, we just want to play, Nana. So we'll see. I will definitely take them to McDonald's for dinner tonight. I won't tell them that just, as soon as they get here. Otherwise they'll want to go instantly. But we'll do that definitely tonight. And the rest of the time can be fluid, especially because it's so cool. I don't have to worry. Now, who you are looking at is my Lottie. She is the Mary Ann Sculpt by Natalie Bleak, and I made her a year ago. Well, a year and a weeny bit ago. So she's still a relatively young baby, isn't she? And the outfit she is wearing, you might recognise from my beautiful Happy Mail that I showed you in my black video last time. This is a gift from Nana's Nursery and Reborns, and it is stunning on Lottie. The colour is just gorgeous on her. I absolutely love it. It's just beautiful on her. I don't think she's got anything else in quite that sort of aqua colour. Anyway, I love it, and it's got it's sleeveless, but there's some broderie anglaise around the arm openings, I have to say, and it has got poppers between the legs and down the back, and then there's a beautiful white satin sash across the middle, and on either side is a white satin bow. And it is a brand that we don't know, and I can't remember it at the moment, but the size is very strange as well. It says 70, which is kind of meaningless. It doesn't line up with any European sizes or Australian or American sizes, but it is perfect on her. So I guess if you ever see 70, you could assume it's a 0 to 3, although I wouldn't be 100% sure on that either, because usually I think a 0 to 3 is sort of a 62 or 65. I can't even remember that either. But anyway, it fits her perfectly. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right, and I love it. So thank you very, very much, Laurie, for sending that to Lottie and to me, because we love it, and she's just adorable in it. So what else can I tell you guys? I think I will end this pretty soon, but I might bring Pippa and Jonty on, because I know for Theme Thursday this week it's terms that we forget, like smocking, broderie anglaise, maybe seersucker. I just added that one. I can't remember what else. So I have a confession, another confession to make, and that is that Pippa and Jonty are still wearing their same outfits that you saw them in before, because I haven't been able to change them out of them. And they happen to be smocked outfits. So even though it's Thursday here, but it's still Wednesday for you guys, I think I will bring them on and show you what they're wearing. Plus, I'll combine it with a tag that Susie from Ruby Rose Reborns has asked if we would do, and that is just to show our Bonnie Brown collection dolls. And of course, Twin A and Twin B, which is what Pippa and Jonty are Bonnie Brown babies. So I might do that, and then the video won't be too long if I can stop myself talking now. So I'll be back with the twins. So here are Pippa and Jonty. Jonty's the boy and he's in blue. Pippa is my little girl and she's in pink. So let's pretend that this is just a theme video, a theme Thursday video, and I'm talking about their smocking. Now, I have described these outfits to you, but in case you didn't see the last video that they were in, there we go again. I want to get closer and I can't talk and zoom at the same time. What a silly human I am. There we go. Okay, so here they are, Twin A and Twin B, in their smocked outfits. So these outfits I've had for a couple of years. I think they're by Dr. Kidd. Oh, I think so. And Jonty's is a beautiful blue cotton. It's got white sort of raised spots on it, and the whole front is smocked in white. It's beautiful. It has a white Peter Pan collar, and each side of the collar has got 3 spots on it in blue. And then the sleeves are like a little puff sleeve. He's also wearing a blue bonnet to match, a little kind of pixie bonnet with a peak on it. Might need to go out a bit just to show you that. Oh, so I go in. Oh my goodness, what a genius I am. Right, okay. Let's see if I can really do this so I can show you properly. I'll move that a bit closer. And now I can go in a bit more too. There we are. Now can you see everything? I hope you can. So it's got a little point on it. It's very, very cute little bonnet. And so that's what he's wearing. He's also got his dummy in at the moment. I'll take them out in a second. And Pippa's outfit is exactly the same, but in the beautiful soft pink. So it's a thick cotton fabric with white, sort of, I guess you'd call them embroidered spots, although they're just woven in, but they're slightly raised. Yes, and both of these rompers have got elastic around the legs. I forgot to say that. And so Pippa's has got rows of white smocking across the bodice, and she's got the puff sleeves, the white Peter Pan collar with 3 pink spots on each side, which you can't see because the collar's sort of, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Hopefully you can see that between my fingers. There's a lot of stuff in the way, isn't there? Anyway, and she's wearing a pink knitted bonnet, but hers is just an ordinary round bonnet, and these babies' heads are so beautiful that they just look adorable in bonnets. And she has a pink, white and pink dummy in that matches Jonty's white and blue dummy. They're both Nook dummies. So let me take them out, the dummies out, so you can see their mouths. And now that we've done Theme Thursday, I'll go into Ruby Rose Reborns tag, which is show our Bonnie Brown dolls. So these are both Bonnie Brown dolls, and I'm sure you all know them because they've been around for a long time. In fact, I think most people have sold them on, and there aren't that many around on YouTube. I know My Sweet Cupcake has a beautiful girl that she made in, and that's a Twin A. And what's her name? I can't remember. Is it Emmy? And I can't think of any others at the moment, but I know they're out there. I think Nana Helen might have a couple. So yeah, they're not that common anymore because it's an older sculpt. But for me, it's virtually a perfect sculpt. I absolutely love these. I made these babies, I don't know how long ago now. Of course, they don't have birth certificates or anything because I did them for myself. So you know, they don't have all the lovely things that when I make dolls and send them off, they have all the right things. But when I do it for myself, I didn't even think of it. Hopefully, I've got it written down somewhere where they were when I finished them, but I don't think I have. Anyway, I've told the story a lot of times about what made me fall in love with these dolls. I was making them to sell, like I do most of my dolls, and then just it was the shape of their heads that got me in. I just absolutely love them. They remind me very much of my brother when he was a baby, just from photos. We're only 13 months apart, so obviously I wasn't aware of the shape of his head when he was born, but just from photos, that's just a beautiful shape to me. I guess it probably is a beautiful shape because I love my brother, and so I love it, the shape of his head. I don't know. Goodness knows how these things happen. Anyway, these two babies have beautifully shaped heads. They're not the same. Bonnie Brown is just the most incredible sculptor. She can do anything, and her dolls are different. Each one is different to another one. They are interesting. They are realistic. Their proportions are wonderful. So let me just tell you a little bit about these two. For a start, you can see their mouths are different. Twin A has, his mouth is, well, my twin A, his mouth is quite open, and it will take a modified dummy. And Pippa's mouth is more closed, and I have put a magnet behind her mouth for a dummy. Their heads are different shape. I don't know if you can tell that from there. You can see Jonty's head is slightly less elongated and slightly wider. Now we're only talking a very small amount, but it is slightly different. They have different arms, so Jonty has his famous thumb that he can suck on his left arm, and his other hand, which you can't really see, it's a bit obscured by his bubble romper, but let me just get that up for you so you can see it's a fist, but not just a simple fist, that the fingers are at different levels. The thumb's on the outside, the little finger's not as tight as the others, and then that was his right hand, and then his left hand has got the thumb, and the little index finger isn't too tightly curled. The other three fingers are curled. And then if we look at Pippa, who is twin B, at her arms and fingers, she has one straight arm, her left arm, and it's got a pointer finger that points and a thumb that sticks out a bit, and then the other three fingers are curled. And then her right arm, let me show you, the fingers are straight out and the thumb's out. And they're not all splayed, but they're just delicately shaped, a bit like, now who has Liam? Is it Liam? Yeah. He has his left hand very similar to this. I love it. I think it's just beautiful. So that's their differences, really. Their legs are the same, which always disappointed me a bit. But yes, their legs are identical, and their feet, which are very cutely styled as well. Her left foot and his left foot, both the left feet, I should say, have the toes curled up, and then on the little right foot, the toes sort of stick up a bit. It's not as curled, certainly the big toes sticking up. So that's their little legs and feet. Now, what else can I tell you? I absolutely love these kits. I love these sculpts. I love these two babies. And one day I promise I will change them out of these outfits. But how lucky that they're perfect for Theme Thursday. So I didn't have to. Now I do have a photograph here I'd like to show you, and it is of one of my grandsons, and in this photograph he's just less than an hour old. And I don't know if you can tell by the head shape in this. Let me just come in front. There he is. There's my little boy, just an hour old. His daddy's holding him and couldn't believe that he was entrusted to hold his own baby. He was so nervous because that was their first baby. But there he is, and see that head shape that I absolutely love? Absolutely love it. Isn't he gorgeous? I actually have this, I have a lot of photographs of my grandchildren around me when I'm working, because I love just looking at them. I never tire of the pictures. And there's my little grandson. So there's that head shape. I think that is, hopefully you can tell that's similar to these, my twin A and twin B. And very similar to what my brother has, or had. Now he just looks like a man, and he's just got a normal head shape. But there's something about babies when they're born and they don't have much hair that you can actually properly see the beautiful shapes. and there are so many different versions, aren't there? Some babies have round faces, some have long, some have flat faces, some have, oh, there's so many different ways a baby, so many different shapes to a baby's head. And I think the way that Bonnie Brown sculpts is incredible, absolutely accurate, and it looks just like a real baby captured in a moment. I remember when the real born babies were talked about and they just first came out, and I thought, oh my goodness, you couldn't get anything more realistic than a 3D, like, would you call it printout, 3D image of a real baby. I thought, well, that's certainly what everybody wants. And then, of course, over time I've realised that they're beautiful, accurate, perfect. But the thing when you have a sculptor sculpt a baby is that you can make a lot more variation and a lot more variety in the faces. And of course, when you make a baby that's slightly older, like Saskia, you can put all sorts of features into that face, like with Liam and beautiful Levi and Chase. There's something extra that you can do when you're sculpting that doesn't really come across with a 3D, and I don't quite know why that is, because with the 3D it's absolutely accurate. It is a perfect representation of a real baby. Perhaps it's just hard to capture lots of different expressions when you're using that method, because you have to, the baby has to be comfortable and hopefully peaceful, not moving. I'm not exactly sure how they would do it. Whereas when you're doing a sculpt, you can make as many different variations as you feel like. That might explain it. But anyway, obviously they're all beautiful, and we're so lucky to have choices, aren't we? We can choose what sort we want. It just depends what we love and what mood we're in and what look we like for our babies, doesn't it? So I think, I've probably been talking for hours again, as usual, and I might go now, and because I've got my two beautiful granddaughters, one's 8 and one's just turned 5, so they're coming, and then on Saturday we're having a big family party because my very youngest grandson, or youngest grandchild, who is a grandson, has just turned 5. So we're having a big family party on Saturday. They have a big swimming pool where they live, and we'll all be there, and there'll be a barbecue. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be quite hot. I think they said 30 degrees, that's Celsius, on Saturday. So it'll be fun for the kids to be jumping in and out of the pool. And so that's Saturday. And then Sunday, I think you probably remember that I talked about that tree that we chopped down. So that is all still stacked up against the side of the house, and that we have to move that out to the front verge ready for the council to take. So that will happen on Sunday. So my next few days are going to be pretty full. Not that I'll be carrying the chopped up tree, but I'll be supervising as I do, and directing, which is a very important job. Hopefully my son-in-law will be thrilled to be supervised and directed. I'm sure he will. He's a very nice boy. He's actually the one who's in the photograph with his baby. I'll show you once more because I just love this picture. So you have to be subjected to this picture again. Isn't he adorable, that baby? Just look at him. Look at his long legs all stretched out and his cute little hand. And he's got a few sort of red splotches on him, and his lips are very red, I've noticed. He was quite blonde, and you can see his hairline, but there's really not much fluff on his little head. Okay, now back to the drawing board. Yes, so I'm not sure when I'll come back with Lottie, because I have a lovely, gingham, that was the other option that we had for Theme Thursday. I have a lovely gingham outfit that I'd like to dress her in. I'm not sure when I'll get to do that. It may not be till Sunday. That's probably quite likely that Sunday I'll be able to show her in her gingham. Anyway, until then, I'll say goodbye to you all, and thank you very much for coming back despite that shocking video of last time. I'm really sorry about that. I hope this has been a bit better. So thank you all, everybody. I love you, and I appreciate you more than you know. And if you're new here, I hope that this video has been a bit better than the last one. And I promise that last one was not really a good example of how I make videos. I don't usually do them that dark. Well, I never have before, as far as I know, never. So anyway, if you're new, I hope you will like to come back, and you're very welcome here. I look forward to getting to know you. I know I have the loveliest subscribers. I've said that before, but I really do. I absolutely have the loveliest subscribers. If I never got another subscriber, I would still be happy, because I have just such a lovely group of people who watch, and I really, really, really love that part of YouTube. So everyone, now I really will say goodbye, with Holly chuckling in the background because I haven't said goodbye neatly and what's the word? Succinctly. I keep saying I'll say, oh, and I've done it again, you see, I said I would go and now I'm yakking on again. So everyone, until we meet again in a few days, please take care and be kind to each other. Bye bye everyone.